So this video is to show you how to do solid phase extraction. So in this particular case we are going to be doing the solid phase extraction of a hydrosol. Normally when I do solid phase extraction I am washing out salts, or I am focusing on a particular functional group, alcohols, or cleaning up the salts out of peptides or something like that. In this particular case with the hydrosols, all we really want to do is remove the water, because we don't want water in our GC, and replace it with methanol. So these are the solid phase extraction cartridges, and the key to doing this is to get yourself ready. So I have my instructions over there, I have my manifold here, and this is the pump that I'm going to use to dry out the solid phase, reverse phase extraction cartridges. And there, here I have the different solvents that I'm going to use. So I've got water, methanol, and acetonitrile and methanol 50-50 mix. Okay, so just going to bring it a little bit closer so you can see the vacuum manifold. And in there I have placed 3 vials here. So I'm going to be washing through the hydrosol. I'm going to be doing that. So there's going to be at least 5 ml of waste. So I position those 3 underneath these 3 little nipples here. So I take out the stoppers and place in the stoppers the little taps. This is how I'm going to turn off the flow. It's just a matter of that kind of getting organised. So here are the taps. So this is off when they're this way, and so that the fluid goes into the tubes and doesn't kind of go everywhere else. We also have these fibers that go on the bottom underneath here. We'll direct them into the tubes. So this has got a vacuum manifold. Of course you don't have to have this, but what this does really help with is drying up tubes. And I really want to get those tubes nice and dry. Something that just shorts, it's all sealed. Okay, so because when we turn the pump on, this all needs to be sealed. So here are my micro extraction tubes. Now these are 3 ml ones, and the first thing I'm going to do is just get rid of the water. So I'm taking a 1 ml pipette, and I'm going to follow the instructions which I've got just here. The first thing we do is to condition the column. These columns, the stuff inside here is pretty non-polar C18 type material. So I put the set for 1 ml. I'm just going to place 1 ml in each of these tubes, like so. Open up. Now just is going to let gravity do its thing. Don't really need the vacuum manifold until you get to the water stage. You can see it's starting to drip down through there. I'm going to turn the pump on to speed the whole process up. Watch carefully. See how much faster that was when I turned the pump on. And so we have methanol to condition the columns, and then we equilibrate it with a ml of water. So all this is going to be thrown out. So this is just, so these are my pots of water. Like I said, get your pots with your solvents mixed and ready to go. So water is a terrible solvent, very viscous, so it will take forever for me to wait for that to pass down through. So I am going to turn the pump on, speed things up considerably. Okay, so that was 2 ml. So you can see our vials down there are quite full up. So now we're going to put in our hydrosol. So this is a hydrosol that we made in the lab quite recently, maybe 3 weeks ago. It's been in the fridge, and I'm just going to take one turn the pump on. I'm going to let it go all the way. So all in all, I'm going to put 3 mils. And somebody told me a tip the other day, if you actually think that you have are saturating the material here with molecules, you can actually pile them up like a Christmas tree. So you can put another tube on top of the tubes. These ones are made particularly for 3 mils. So not only am I getting rid of the water, I'm also concentrating the material in them. Okay, so I'm going to turn that on again. I've chosen the size of the vials underneath to accommodate and take away all of this. We're just going to throw away the stuff at the bottom. So you'll notice I'm not drying them right out before I add the next amount. So gravity is the best way to do this. Just wait for it to slowly pass down through. That has got to be the best way to capture all of the molecules. So, and I'm just going to speed it up with the vacuum. Turn it off. They aren't fully dry, and I really want to dry them completely at this stage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully break the vacuum. You can actually take the fluid in here and investigate what it is. I really want to make sure that these are very dry. So now I'm just going to put them back like that. Hoping I chose the right 3 holes. I don't believe I did. Now I'm going to turn the pump on and really wait until they stop lifting at the bottom. I really don't want water in my columns because I'm going to use a non-polar column, and water is polar. And what happens is it also has quite a high boiling point compared to something like a 100 degrees boiling point. small turbines that come up very early in the run because they're so volatile. I can still see like a little bit of a bubble there. And then it's kind of right up. Okay, nothing else coming up in the now. And also water pools on the column. And so you get dragging off peaks and you don't want that. Okay, so now break the vacuum. Still seems a little bit wet on the bottom there. I think I'm going to change different ends. Now this is where I'm going to use some dry files. Place it in there. Now we're going to elute using 1 ml of acetonitrile and methanol 50-50 mix. So this is the eluting material, and we're going to do it in half 500 microliter increments. I'm turning the now I have half a ml. So you need to do this at least twice to get the molecules off of the sorbate, the material here that the molecules have adhered to. The organic solvent will wash them into the bottles. Now at this particular time I am going to let gravity take its time, just going to leave it there, and then I'll come back later and put another half a ml through. And then I'm going to do it twice, and then we will proceed to the GC to see what we've got in our homemade hydrosol. Thank you.